Be Me Daniel, 24. Make living flipping stuff on eBay and doing handyman work. Found this niche buying broken electronics at garage sales, fixing them, selling for profit. Also do odd jobs around town. Plumbing, electrical, furniture repair. Not glamorous, but pays the bills, and I'm my own boss. Live in decent one-bedroom apartment. Nothing fancy, but clean and organized. Met Emily 2 years ago at Community Center, where I was fixing their broken AC unit. She was there for some psychology club meeting. 22, studying psychology at Riverside Community College. Cute brunette, always has this stack of textbooks with her. Started talking while I worked on the unit. She seemed impressed that I could actually fix things. Most guys my age can't even change a light bulb. Asked her out for coffee that same day. First year was great. Emily loved that I was different from other guys. While her classmates were broke and lived off ramen, I could actually take her places. Good restaurants, weekend trips to nearby cities, bought her a nice winter coat when hers got stolen from her car, fixed her laptop when the screen started flickering, installed new speakers in her Honda Civic. Emily would brag to her friends about having a real man, someone who could actually solve problems instead of just talking about them. Her roommate Sarah would joke that she hit the jackpot. Daniel's like a unicorn, a guy who's actually useful. Emily would laugh and agree. Those were good times. Second year things started shifting. Emily began mentioning couples from her college more often. Jessica's boyfriend surprised her with a flash mob proposal. Madison's guy writes her poems every week. Taylor's boyfriend took her to Paris for their 3-month anniversary. Started noticing she was comparing our relationship to others. My daily routine was consistent. Wake up at 7 a.m., check eBay listings and messages. If I had handyman jobs, I'd head out with my toolbox. If not, I'd hit garage sales looking for broken stuff to flip. Come home around 6 p.m., tired and often dirty. Shower, make dinner for both of us, watch TV or help Emily with homework. Weekends we'd go thrift shopping together or see movies. Emily started calling this routine predictable. Don't you ever want to do something crazy? When's the last time you surprised me? Explained that I'm building a business, can't just randomly blow money on expensive gestures. Showed her my eBay sales numbers, how I was saving money for us. She seemed unimpressed. It's not about money, Daniel. It's about romance. Tried to step up the romantic gestures, bought flowers from grocery store every Friday. Emily liked them but complained they were generic. Other guys researched their girlfriend's favorite flowers. These are just whatever was cheapest, right? She wasn't wrong, but I was trying within my budget. Started planning more elaborate dates, took her to this art museum one weekend, spent 3 hours walking around looking at paintings. Emily kept taking photos for social media, posted them with captions like, "Finally some culture." Felt like she was performing happiness rather than actually enjoying time together. This spring, Emily enrolled in contemporary literature class. Came home excited about the professor and curriculum. Started reading poetry books she brought home. Would read passages out loud to me. Isn't this beautiful, Daniel? Honestly, most of it sounded pretentious, but I nodded along. Wanted to support her interests, even if I didn't get it. Then she started mentioning classmates more often, especially this guy Victor. Victor has such interesting insights about Sylvia Plath. Victor thinks traditional relationships are limiting. Victor says most people don't understand real passion. Red flags going up, but didn't want to seem jealous or controlling. Emily began staying late after class for study groups. Would come home talking about deep conversations about literature and life. Meanwhile, I'd spent the day unclogging someone's toilet or fixing a broken washing machine. Started feeling like we were living in different worlds. She was exploring poetry and philosophy. I was elbow deep in other people's broken appliances. Tried to bridge the gap by reading some of her books. Picked up this poetry collection she left on the coffee table. Honestly, couldn't understand half of it. When I mentioned this to Emily, she sighed. That's exactly what I mean, Daniel. You don't even try to understand the things I care about. Pointed out that I literally just tried to read her book. Reading isn't the same as understanding. Felt like I couldn't win. Emily started going to coffee shops after class instead of coming straight home. Would text me things like, running late, don't wait up for dinner. When I asked about her day, answers got shorter. It was fine. Just school stuff. You wouldn't find it interesting. The distance was growing, but I didn't know how to fix it. Late spring, Emily's behavior changed dramatically. Suddenly very interested in her appearance before school. New clothes, more makeup, spent longer getting ready. When I complimented her, she'd say, "Thanks," without looking up from her phone. But when she came home from class, she'd be glowing. Animated stories about class discussions and literary theories. Started working longer hours to distract myself. Picked up extra handyman jobs on weekends. Bought a broken vintage stereo system. Spent weeks restoring it. Planned to give it to Emily for our 2-year anniversary in August. Researched the bands she liked. Made sure it could play her favorite records. Thought this would show her I paid attention to what she cared about. Meanwhile, Emily was becoming a different person. Started using words like authentic and vulnerable and emotional intelligence. Would critique our relationship using psychology terms from her classes. "You have avoidant attachment style, Daniel. You're emotionally unavailable. This relationship lacks depth." Felt like I was being psychoanalyzed instead of loved. Emily's friends started treating me differently too. Sarah would give me these pitying looks. Emily just needs someone who matches her energy. Maybe you guys want different things. Could tell Emily had been venting to them about our relationship. Painted me as the emotionally stunted boyfriend who couldn't give her what she needed. Early summer, our 2-year anniversary approached. Planned to surprise Emily with the restored stereo and dinner at that Italian place she mentioned. Had been saving money from several good eBay flips. Bought her favorite wine, made reservations, even wrote a card explaining how much she meant to me. Not poetry, but genuine words about how she made my life better. Day before anniversary, Emily came home from class different. Excited in a way I hadn't seen in months. But the excitement wasn't about us. Kept checking her phone and smiling. When I asked what was making her so happy, just had a really good day at school. Victor shared some of his original poetry with the class. "It was so moving, Daniel, you should have been there." The way she said Victor's name, like it meant something special. That night, Emily barely touched dinner. Kept staring at her phone. I was in the kitchen cleaning up when I heard her laughing. Looked over, she was texting someone. When she saw me watching, she quickly put the phone away. Just Sarah being funny. But Sarah's name wasn't on the screen. Next morning, our actual anniversary. Woke up early to set up the surprise. Put the restored stereo in the living room with a bow. Had breakfast ready when Emily came out. She looked surprised, but not excited. "Oh, Daniel, this is really nice." Turned on the stereo, played one of her favorite songs. She listened politely, but I could tell her mind was elsewhere. Gave her the card over breakfast, read it quickly, smiled, said, "Thank you." Felt like she was going through the motions. Asked if she wanted to skip her afternoon class for our dinner reservation. "Actually, I can't miss class today." We're presenting our poetry analysis projects. Rain check? Our anniversary dinner became a rain check. Emily left for school that morning wearing a dress I'd never seen before. Came home that night at 11 p.m., said the presentations ran late, then they all went out to celebrate. Asked if I wanted to hear about her project. She talked for 20 minutes about analyzing love poetry, specifically about authentic emotional expression in romantic literature. Felt like she was speaking in code. Next few weeks, Emily suggested we take a break from routine. Maybe we should explore what we both really want. I've been doing a lot of self-reflection lately. I think I need to figure out who I am. Classic breakup speech warning signs, but she insisted she just needed space to grow. Agreed to give her space, hoping it would help. Emily started spending entire weekends at study groups. Would come home Sunday night energized and talkative, but not about us. about literature and philosophy and expanding her worldview. Meanwhile, I spent weekends alone, working on eBay inventory, fixed a vintage camera, restored an old record player. House felt empty without her constant presence. Early August, Emily's behavior became obvious. She was basically living a separate life, came home just to sleep and change clothes. Our conversations were polite but superficial. How was work? Fine. How was class? Good. Like roommates who barely knew each other. Ooh. But I kept hoping things would improve. Kept fixing her problems, kept being reliable. Maybe if I just gave her more space, she'd remember what we had. Then Emily started talking about Victor constantly. Victor this, Victor that. Victor's insights about modern relationships. Victor's theories about love and connection. Victor's poetry about finding your soulmate. Every conversation somehow circled back to something Victor said. Started feeling like the third wheel in my own relationship. Late August, Emily came home particularly excited. Victor had shared a poem he wrote about finding someone who truly understands you. She read me parts of it. Typical flowery language about souls connecting and passion burning bright. Asked what I thought. Honestly told her it sounded like generic romance novel stuff. Emily's face fell. You just don't get it, do you, Daniel? This is about real emotional depth. Something you've never shown me. That night, Emily slept on the couch. Said she needed to think about things. Lay in bed staring at ceiling. Wondering when caring for someone became not enough. Wondering when reliability became boring. Wondering when love without drama became meaningless. Next morning, Emily was gone before I woke up. Left a note saying she was staying at Sarah's for a few days. Need some time to figure things out. Don't wait up. Spent the day fixing a broken washing machine for elderly neighbor. At least some people appreciated when you solved their problems. Emily came back 3 days later, sat me down for the talk. Daniel, you're a good person. You've been nothing but supportive. But I don't think we want the same things. Here we go. I need someone who can match my emotional energy. Someone who understands passion and romance. Someone who can love me the way I need to be loved. Translation: someone who isn't me. Asked if this was about Victor. Emily looked surprised that I figured it out. It's not about Victor specifically. It's about me realizing what I actually need in a relationship. Victor just helped me see that. Right? So it's about Victor. Emily continued explaining how she deserved real love, how she'd been settling for less, how she needed to follow her heart. Told Emily I understood. Didn't fight or argue or beg. Just said I hoped she found what she was looking for. She seemed relieved that I wasn't making it difficult. Probably expected me to get angry or emotional. But that's not who I am. Never was, never will be. Emily packed her remaining things over the next week. I helped her carry boxes to her car. She kept apologizing and saying I didn't deserve this. You'll find someone better, Daniel. Someone who appreciates what you have to offer. Nodded and smiled. What else was there to say? Last night, Emily stayed in our apartment. She was in the living room packing her books. I was in the garage organizing my tool collection. Heard her on the phone with someone. Her voice was different, lighter, happier. Laughing at things that apparently weren't that funny. Knew it was Victor on the other end. Knew she was already mentally gone. Next morning, Emily left for the last time. Hugged me goodbye. Said she hoped we could be friends someday. Watched her drive away in the Honda Civic I'd maintained for 2 years. Stood in the doorway until her car disappeared around the corner. Went back inside to an apartment that felt too quiet. Made coffee for one person. First time in 2 years. That afternoon, got a text from Sarah. Emily wanted me to tell you she's sorry. She really did care about you. She just needs something different right now. Typed back, I know. Thanks for letting me know. Deleted Emily's number from my phone. Figured clean breaks were easier for everyone. Spent the evening listing new items on eBay. Found a broken espresso machine at an estate sale. Same model Emily used at the coffee shop where she studied. Decided to fix it and sell it. No point keeping reminders around. 2 weeks later, Sarah texted me, "Hope you're doing okay. Emily seems really happy. She and Victor are official now. Didn't ask for updates, but apparently I was getting them anyway. Told Sarah I was fine and hoped Emily was happy too." Couple days later, saw Emily's social media through Sarah's phone. Sarah was showing me, by accident, photos of Emily and Victor at some poetry reading. Victor looked exactly like I expected. Tall, skinny, wearing black turtleneck and beanie indoors. The kind of guy who probably calls movies films. Emily looked radiant in the photos. Genuine smile I hadn't seen in months. Victor was everything I wasn't. Posted photos of handwritten poems about Emily. My muse, my inspiration, my reason for breathing. Took Emily to art galleries and independent bookstores. Bought her vintage jewelry and rare poetry books. Everything was aesthetic and romantic and Instagram-worthy. Had to admit, the guy knew how to perform romance. Emily posted constantly about their relationship. Photos of surprise picnics Victor organized, screenshots of love letters he sent her, pictures of flowers he had delivered to her workplace, captions about finally understanding what real love feels like, when someone truly sees your soul. This is what I was missing all along. Stung a little, not gonna lie, but also felt relieved. Emily had found what she was looking for. Someone who spoke her emotional language. Someone who could give her the drama and passion she craved. Got major handyman contract around this time. Apartment complex needed someone to renovate all their units. Steady work for next few months, good money. Threw myself into the job. Ripping out old fixtures, installing new ones. Physical work helped clear my head. Came home exhausted but satisfied. Meanwhile, Emily's social media became even more intense. Victor was writing songs about her now, performing them at open mic nights around town. Emily posted videos of him singing about their eternal connection. Guy had decent voice, I'll give him that. Comments from Emily's friends. So romantic. Couple goals? You're so lucky. Sarah mentioned Emily seemed different lately. More confident, more sure of herself. Victor really brings out her passionate side. She talks about him constantly. Apparently, Victor was introducing Emily to his artist friends, taking her to gallery openings and poetry slams, showing her a world of creative, emotional people. Everything I couldn't provide. September rolled around, ran into Emily at grocery store. Almost didn't recognize her. New haircut, different style of clothes. More bohemian, artsy. Saw me and looked surprised, but not uncomfortable. "Daniel, how have you been?" Told her about the apartment renovation contract. She seemed genuinely happy for me. "That's great, you always were so good with your hands." Asked about school and Victor. Emily lit up talking about him. "He's amazing, Daniel. So different from anyone I've ever met. He sees the world in this incredible way. Makes me want to be a better version of myself." Told her I was glad she was happy. Meant it. Seeing her excited was nice, but something seemed off. Emily looked tired under the makeup, kept checking her phone while we talked. When it buzzed, she'd immediately read the message. Noticed Victor was texting her pretty frequently, even during our 5-minute conversation. Seemed like he needed constant contact. Emily mentioned they were taking things to the next level. Victor wanted her to move in with him. Had this amazing loft apartment near downtown, filled with art and books and creative energy. It's like living in a museum. So inspiring. Sounded like Emily was about to make another big life change for romance. October. Emily moved in with Victor, according to Sarah. Happened fast, apparently. Victor convinced her she was wasting her potential, living with a roommate. True artists need space to grow together. Emily dropped most of her old routines, quit her part-time job because Victor said it was beneath her. Started spending all her time in his world. Around this time, Sarah started dropping weird comments. Emily seems really devoted to Victor. She canceled our girls' night again. Says Victor doesn't like her staying out late. Raised an eyebrow at that. Emily never let me dictate her schedule, but apparently Victor's preferences were different. Emily's social media posts changed tone, less frequent but more intense. Photos of Victor's art with captions about understanding genius, pictures of books he recommended with quotes about transformative love. Seemed like she was documenting her conversion to his worldview. Comments from friends started getting concerned. Are you okay? You seem different. Miss seeing you around. November. Sarah asked to meet for coffee. Seemed nervous, kept looking around. I'm worried about Emily. She's not herself anymore. Victor has all these opinions about her friends. Says we're small-minded and don't understand their connection. Apparently Emily had been pulling away from everyone except Victor. Sarah told me Victor was intense. Demanded to know where Emily was at all times. Got upset if she made plans without consulting him first. But Emily thinks it's romantic. Says he just loves her so much he can't bear to be apart. Classic controlling behavior disguised as devotion, but Emily was too deep in the fantasy to see it. Asked Sarah if Emily seemed happy. Long pause. She says she is, but she's lost weight, always looks exhausted. And she gets this panicked look when her phone dies, like she's terrified of missing Victor's messages. Sounded familiar, that constant need to perform happiness. Sarah also mentioned Victor's artistic temperament. Apparently, he had dramatic mood swings. One day he'd write Emily love songs. Next day he'd disappear for hours, claiming he needed space to create. Emily would spend those hours anxiously waiting, checking her phone every few minutes. When he finally contacted her, she'd be so relieved she'd forget to be upset. December, things escalated. Sarah called me panicked. Emily showed up at my place crying. But she won't tell me what happened. Just keeps saying I wouldn't understand. That their relationship is complicated. Asked if Emily wanted to talk to me. She specifically said not to call you. Says you just judged the situation. Apparently Emily stayed at Sarah's for 2 days. Then Victor showed up with a massive bouquet and handwritten apology. My darling Emily, my muse, forgive my tortured artist soul. Some dramatic speech about how his passion for her made him crazy, how he couldn't live without her. Emily melted and went back to him immediately. Sarah was left confused and worried. Patterns started emerging according to Sarah. Victor would get overwhelmed by his feelings and lash out, disappear for days or ignore Emily completely, then return with grand romantic gestures and explanations. I love you so much it scares me. My feelings for you are too intense to handle. I need space to process this connection we have. Emily ate it up every time. Meanwhile, my business was thriving. Apartment renovation contract led to more jobs. Word spread that I was reliable and reasonably priced. Started getting calls from property management companies. Bought better tools, organized workspace more efficiently. Even hired part-time helper for bigger projects. Life was stable and improving. Christmas time got unexpected text from Emily. Hi Daniel, hope you're well. Been thinking about you lately. How's the handyman business going? Surprised she remembered details about my work. Texted back politely, said business was good, asked how school was going. Emily's response came hours later. School's okay. Actually taking a break from some classes. Victor thinks I should focus on more important things, like supporting his art and developing our relationship. Red flag alert. Emily was passionate about psychology, had plans to transfer to four-year university. Now she was dropping classes for her boyfriend's art career. Few more exchanges revealed the situation. Victor was trying to get gallery showings for his paintings. Needed Emily to help with the business side of art. Basically wanted her to be his unpaid manager and emotional support. Emily was convinced this was romantic. He needs me, Daniel. No one else understands his vision. Sounded like manipulation disguised as dependency. Asked Emily if she was happy. Long pause before she responded. I'm learning so much about myself. Victor pushes me to be better. Sometimes growth is uncomfortable. Non-answer that sounded rehearsed, like something Victor had told her to justify whatever was happening. January, Sarah called me directly. Daniel, I think Emily's in trouble. But she won't listen to anyone. Victor has her convinced that everyone else is jealous, that we don't understand real love. Sarah had tried to maintain friendship with Emily, but Victor made it increasingly difficult. Apparently, Victor criticized all of Emily's friendships, said her friends were toxic, and held her back. Convinced her that people who questioned their relationship were just envious. Emily started canceling plans with everyone, stopped answering calls from family. Her entire world became Victor and his artistic circle. Sarah told me about Emily's last visit. Emily looked exhausted and jumpy, kept checking time, said Victor expected her back by 8 p.m. When Sarah asked why, Emily got defensive. He just likes us to have dinner together. It's romantic, you wouldn't understand. Victor values our time together. But it was Tuesday afternoon. They lived together. Why couldn't Emily spend a few hours with her best friend? Emily had also lost significant weight, claimed she was eating healthier. But Sarah noticed Emily barely touched food during their visit. Too anxious, constantly checking phone. When Victor texted, Emily would immediately respond. Mid-conversation, didn't matter what they were discussing. Victor's messages took priority over everything. February. Sarah stopped giving me updates. Said Emily had cut contact with most people. Victor thinks I spend too much energy on friendships. Says I should focus on us and his art. He's right. I was spreading myself too thin. Emily was disappearing into Victor's world completely. Exactly what he wanted. Meanwhile, I'd started dating again. Nothing serious, just coffee dates and casual dinners. Met this woman Rachel through a client. She was impressed that I could fix her broken dishwasher. Appreciated that I showed up when I said I would. Simple things that apparently weren't so common. Rachel was different from Emily. Worked as nurse, practical, and grounded. Didn't need constant romantic gestures to feel loved. Happy when I cooked dinner or fixed something around her place. Understood that love was shown through actions, not just words. Refreshing after years of feeling like nothing I did was enough. March got a call from number I didn't recognize. Turned out to be Emily. Voice was shaky, nervous. Daniel, it's me. I know I probably shouldn't be calling. But I didn't know who else to talk to. Immediately asked if she was okay. Sounded like she'd been crying. I think I made a mistake. About us, about everything. Victor he's not what I thought. Wanted to ask what happened, but let her talk. He's been different lately. The romantic stuff was just the beginning. Now he says I'm clingy when I want attention. Says I'm boring when I don't understand his art. Emily's voice got smaller. Remember how you used to make me coffee every morning? And how you'd fix things without me even asking? I thought that was boring. But Victor doesn't do anything like that. He says those things are domestic prison. That real love is about passion, not chores. Listening to Emily describe her new reality. Victor would disappear for days working on art projects. Wouldn't tell her where he was or when he'd be back. Says I need to trust the creative process. Emily would sit in his loft apartment alone, surrounded by his paintings and sculptures, waiting for him to come home, feeling like an accessory in someone else's life. Told Emily I was sorry she was going through a hard time, but also said I was seeing someone now. Heard her sharp intake of breath. Oh, that's good. You deserve someone who appreciates you. Conversation got awkward after that. Emily said she had to go. Hung up feeling confused and sad for her. But life moved forward. Rachel and I were getting serious. She met my family. I met hers. Simple, honest relationship built on mutual respect. No games, no drama, no constant need to prove my feelings. Just two people who enjoyed being together. April, Sarah reached out again. Emily's situation is getting worse. Victor's been seeing other women. Tells Emily it's exploring artistic inspiration. She's devastated but won't leave him. Apparently, Emily caught Victor with another girl at one of his gallery events. When she confronted him, he turned it around on her. "You're being possessive. Art requires emotional freedom. If you truly loved me, you'd support my creative process." Emily believed him, convinced herself that jealousy was her problem, that she needed to be more understanding of Victor's complex nature. Started going to therapy to deal with her trust issues, while Victor continued doing whatever he wanted, coming and going as he pleased, treating Emily like she was lucky to be with him. Sarah said Emily looked terrible. Dark circles under her eyes from staying up worrying. Lost more weight because stress killed her appetite. Grades slipping because she couldn't concentrate. Spending all her mental energy trying to decode Victor's moods. Walking on eggshells in her own relationship. But Emily still defended Victor to everyone. "You don't know him like I do. He's been hurt before. That's why he has walls. Real love means accepting someone's flaws. He's teaching me so much about myself." Classic signs of someone rationalizing abuse? But Emily was too deep in it to see clearly. Rachel asked me about my ex one night. Told her the basic story. How Emily wanted more passion and romance. How she found it with an artist type. Rachel listened quietly. Sounds like she confused intensity with love. And stability with boredom. Exactly what I'd been thinking, but couldn't articulate. Rachel had seen this pattern before. Worked in emergency room, dealt with domestic situations. Some people think love is supposed to hurt. That if it's not dramatic, it's not real. But healthy love is supposed to feel safe. Made me appreciate what Rachel and I had even more. Simple, steady, real. May heard through mutual acquaintance that Victor was between projects. Translation: unemployed and living off Emily's financial aid. Emily had taken extra student loans to support them both. Convinced this was investing in their future together. Victor promised he'd be successful soon. Just needed Emily to believe in him a little longer. Around this time, Emily started reaching out more frequently. Random texts about things that reminded her of me. Saw someone fixing a car today. Thought of you. Found our old coffee shop. Remembered how you used to order for me. Hope you're doing well. Polite responses, but kept distance. Was happy with Rachel, didn't need complications. Then Emily's messages got more personal. I keep thinking about how patient you were. How you never made me feel crazy or demanding. I didn't appreciate what we had. Dangerous territory. Told Emily I hoped she worked things out with Victor. That everyone deserved to be happy. Deflected without being cruel. But Emily persisted. Victor says I don't understand him. Says I'm too needy and emotional. But I'm the same person I always was. Why was I never too much for you? Because I actually cared about her well-being. Because I didn't see her emotions as inconvenience. Because I loved her, not some idealized version of her. Told Emily she should talk to Sarah or a counselor about relationship issues. Wasn't appropriate for me to give advice about her current boyfriend. She went quiet for a few days after that. Thought maybe she got the message. Late May, Sarah called me panicked. Emily's in the hospital. Nothing serious, just dehydration and exhaustion. But Daniel, she's a mess. Victor didn't even come to check on her. Said hospitals make him uncomfortable. That Emily was being dramatic. Sarah had spent night at hospital with Emily. Emily kept apologizing for overreacting, saying she just needed to take better care of herself, making excuses for Victor's absence. He's preparing for an important gallery submission. I understand why he couldn't come. Art has to come first sometimes. But Sarah could see Emily was breaking down. Constant stress of trying to be perfect girlfriend for someone who criticized everything. Walking on eggshells daily. Never knowing which version of Victor she'd come home to. The romantic poet or the cold critic. Emily's mental health was deteriorating, but she still believed this was what real love looked like. June final blow came. Sarah called me at 2 a.m. Emily found out Victor's been seeing his ex the whole time. Not just casual, like serious relationship. Turns out Emily was the side piece. Victor told her she was too clingy to be his main girl, but good enough for creative inspiration. Emily confronted Victor with evidence, photos, messages, witnesses who'd seen them together. Victor didn't deny it. Instead, he turned philosophical. Love isn't ownership, Emily. I never promised you exclusivity. Real artists can't be contained by conventional relationships. If you truly understood me, you'd support my freedom. Emily was devastated. Everything she'd sacrificed for him, dropping out of classes, losing friends, supporting him financially, all for someone who saw her as temporary entertainment. Victor made it clear she was just one of many. You knew what this was, Emily. Don't make it more than it was. Emily packed her things and moved back with Sarah temporarily. Victor didn't try to stop her, didn't apologize or ask her to stay, just said, maybe this is for the best. You never really understood my artistic vision anyway. Kicked her out like discarded furniture. 10 months of her life wasted on someone who never loved her at all. Sarah said Emily was destroyed, couldn't eat, couldn't sleep, kept replaying every moment with Victor, trying to figure out when it went wrong, couldn't accept that it was always wrong, that Victor never loved her, just used her worship as ego fuel while he did whatever he wanted. 2 weeks later, Emily texted me, Daniel, I need to see you. I know I have no right to ask, but please, can we talk? Knew this conversation was coming. Knew Emily would eventually want to come back. Question was, what would I say when she did? Week after Sarah told me about Victor cheating, got text from Emily at 2 a.m. Daniel, I know I have no right to contact you. Victor wasn't who I thought he was. He was seeing his ex the whole time. I was just his side piece. Ignored it, went back to sleep. Woke up to a dozen more messages. Emily pouring her heart out about how wrong she was, how Victor used her, how she finally understood what real love looked like. Responded once, Sorry Victor hurt you. Hope you're okay. Emily immediately texted back asking to talk. Told her I was seeing someone now and moving in with Rachel. Emily's messages got desperate after that, begging for another chance, saying she was wrong about everything, that I was the love of her life, showed Rachel the texts. She just shook her head. Classic ex behavior. Wants you back now that her dream guy turned out to be shit. Told Emily I wasn't her backup plan. She kept texting from different numbers when I blocked her, trying to convince me we belonged together, that what we had was special. I made a terrible mistake. I threw away the best thing I had. You actually loved me. Victor just used me. You're right. I did love you. But you made it clear that wasn't enough. You wanted passion and drama. You got it. But I know better now. I see the difference between love and obsession, between caring and controlling. Please give me another chance. Took screenshot, showed Rachel. She read it and shook her head. Sounds like she wants you back now that her exciting relationship crashed. Classic. I gave you everything for 2 years. You left for someone who promised you more. I'm not your backup plan. You're not my backup plan. You're the love of my life. I was confused before, but now I see clearly. Victor never did the little things you did. Never made me feel safe the way you did. Rachel appreciates those little things. She doesn't need me to be someone else. She's happy when I fix her sink or make dinner. What you called boring, she calls love. Emily's messages got more frantic. Daniel, please. I'm begging you. I'll do anything. We were perfect together. I just got distracted by fake romance. We weren't perfect, Emily. You spent 2 years telling me I wasn't romantic enough. That I didn't show my feelings properly. That I was cold and distant. Rachel has never once complained about those things. Because I was wrong. I see that now. Please don't let my stupidity ruin our future. Looked at phone, Rachel was making dinner in kitchen, humming while she cooked. Never asked me to be more dramatic or passionate. Just appreciated when I helped with groceries or fixed the stove. Emily, you wanted someone who loved you more intensely. Someone who wrote you poetry and made grand gestures. You got exactly what you asked for. Hope it was worth it. Emily called immediately. Didn't answer. She left voicemail. Daniel, please pick up. We need to talk about this. You can't just throw away 2 years. Deleted voicemail without listening to a whole thing. Blocked Emily's number. Next day got messages from different number. It's Emily. I know you blocked me. I just need you to understand. Victor never loved me the way you did. He saw me as inspiration for his art. You saw me as a person. Blocked that number too. Week later, Sarah texted, Emily's moving back home with parents. She's really messed up about losing you. Keeps saying she threw away real love for fake passion. Told Sarah not to update me about Emily anymore. That chapter was closed. Emily tried reaching me through work email. Some long message about being in therapy. Learning why she made terrible choices, how she destroyed the best relationship of her life. Deleted email, changed work contact info. Rachel and I moved in together. Simple, quiet life. No drama, no games. She appreciated when I fixed things around the house. I appreciated that she never made me feel inadequate. A few weeks later, heard through mutual friend that Emily was dating someone new. Guy from her therapy group, apparently. Much healthier relationship this time. Good for her. Sometimes wonder if Emily really learned anything, or just found someone else willing to play house. But not my problem anymore. Emily got exactly what she asked for. I got what I deserved. Life goes on.